Kyle Lowry, and Bryan Colangelo. Apparently, they're best friends. Hopefully, that doesn't lead to a relationship between the Sixers and Mr. Lowry. Kyle Gaffner is here. I'm Adrian Fedke. We got a triple dose of Bitterbirds coverage tonight for you guys. Doing Sixers tonight, Phillies, Flyers as well. First up on the docket is the Sixers. Kyle, how's it going, man?
Good, man. I mean, I'm refreshed today. I got some sleep last night. I'm sorry I missed the show. I was in bed by 4:30 in the afternoon yesterday. It was pretty terrible. But, I'm refreshed and ready to get this sports thing talking,
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to do this show yesterday, but it's not really going to be much different than, your thoughts aren't going to be much different than mine. So I'll let you go and say what you want to say.
Okay. My thoughts on having Kyle Lowry here, to play little devil's advocate, it would be cool just to have somebody that grew up here. He went to Cardinal Doherty, played for the Nova Wildcats. So for him to play here for a hometown team would be really cool. But in my opinion, I wouldn't want him here just because he's going to command too much money. He's a little bit older. And we're not in a win now mode. And he had come out and opted out of his Raptors contract and said, I want to play for a team that's going to win a championship. I want to play for a ring, which we're not there. So my thoughts would be he would only want to come here to get paid more money to come play for a team that's not just quite there yet. So I don't think bringing him in would really help our team at all.
He's already 31 years old. That's the thing. It's like why are you going to bring in a 31-year-old guy? Now, obviously, the Sixers, they have all the money in the world. They have plenty of space to sign Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
It's just not a smart decision. It's just not. It makes your team better right now. Okay? You're a playoff team next year with Kyle Lowry on your roster, but how far are you really going to go with Kyle Lowry on your roster? By the time this Sixers team is ready to win championships, Kyle Lowry is going to be like 34 years old.
34, 35.
There's so many guards in this class. Why are you going after Kyle Lowry?
It would only make sense for them, though, too, is to put people in the seats as well.
But they're already – all right, if you have Embiid and Simmons, you're already putting people in the seats.
True.
You don't even need a light.
No, but, I thought, the only thing I could think of is a hometown kid coming here to get old Nova fans in here. I mean, that would be the only thing. And that's knock on wood. I don't want to jinx it, but if they can stay healthy, too. Simmons is looking pretty good, but let's, hope Embiid. That could just be their backup plan, is all I'm thinking.
Well, I think it is a backup plan. Kyle Lowry is the backup plan. I think all this, is a little bit of – it's a backup plan if the ping pong balls don't go the Sixers' way. If they have to pick, 6 or something, and they don't draft a guard. That's why they would go after Kyle Lowry. That's my theory.
It could be. And you think about it, too. Yeah, we do have all the money in the world, but there's other greater needs on this team other than a point guard. We need shooters. We need athletic wings. We need a bench, and Kyle Lowry's going to want to start. He's not going to, want to come off the bench. I mean, you do need vets on this team, but this isn't the direction we need to go. But this would be a BC signing, I think. This would be something that he would do right off the bat, no questions asked. No thought about it. He would sign him right away. Even if the ping pong balls do fall the right way for us, he could still go out and sign Kyle Lowry.
He might still do it. Yeah. Now, if it's like a 3-year deal, then I would actually kind of be for it. But it's not going to be a 3-year deal, is it?
No.
It's gonna be like a big fucking max Mike Conley type of deal.
5-6 years, yeah.
Yeah, and there's just no reason for that. None at all. It's stupid as hell, actually. So, all right, yeah, sure, if it's 2 to 3 years, I would bring him in. But he's going to want more than that.
Oh.
And it's just simple.
Yeah, especially if he's not playing for a team that's going to win a championship. The only thing that's going to change his mind about playing for a team that's not there yet would be getting paid. And he would try. I feel like he would demand more from a team like ours rather than going to a championship team that isn't going to pay him the type of money that we would because of our cap space and because we're just not there yet. Because his comments of opting out of the Raptors contract, I'm only playing strictly for a ring now, is what he said, to end quote. And that would be like a San Antonio, God forbid, a Golden State Warriors or whoever he want to go to win a championship. Maybe Cleveland. Who knows? But he'd be
Well,
making $1 million.
There's only 3 teams right now that have the capability of winning it all. Like the way the league is right now. It's the Spurs, it's the Warriors, it's the Cavs. That's it.
Or maybe he goes off and creates another super team. Because it seems the league's going that way, right?
Super team with Kyle Lowry. Like, come on.
Kyle Lowry, you could see him. But you know what I mean? It just seems it's the way, the direction that the team is going. Like, he could join up with another squad because he's a really good player. I don't think we can not say that. I mean, he's a really good player. Him going, maybe he goes down to New Orleans with AD down there if they can resign Boogie Cousins, or maybe he joins up with Paul George in LA. I mean, who really knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
It's just the way the league has come down to, and I hate to see this happen because I feel like it's ruined the league. It's watered it down by guys not really want to work hard and just want to get that easy, go to a team and win a championship like that, kind of like Kevin Durant has done, what LeBron James has done when he went to Miami. I hate to see that, and what Paul George is going to do.
David West has been doing it for 3 years now. It seems like he's playing. He's on the Warriors now?
Yeah. Well, when you get to that point in your career, you just want to, get it. Go on, how
Gary Payton did it when they went to the Lakers.
Right, and then Gary Payton won it when he was with Miami because that team with the Lakers didn't make it.
Yeah,
but
right. Well, just to say this about Lowry, I do think he's a guy that could actually fit. I don't think he necessarily needs the ball in his hands. I mean, he's probably better off with it. But when you look at his collegiate career, even when he played at Nova, he didn't play point guard. Mike Nardi was the point guard. They had They had Randy Foye. Yeah, actually, he came off the bench when he was at Nova. Because you had Randy Foye, you had Mike Nardi, and Alan Ray.
Alan Ray, yeah.
And Lowry was the guy who was used to playing off the ball. Obviously, with Toronto, I mean, he and DeRozan, that's your 1-2 combination. Lowry has the ball in his hands. So, I mean, look, I'm trying to find reasoning as to why they would do this, and I'm just struggling to find reasons for it. Like, unless it's like 2 to 3 years, why?
It scares me because Bryan Colangelo is at the helm now. We don't have Sam Hinkie back there, and this guy I just feel like doesn't really know how to run a team. Even though history shows that his dad really has run a team, I don't really think he did that great of a job with the Raptors when he was up there. But it kind of puts a little nervousness inside of me. What is this guy going to do? Is he going to make a move that's really going to set our team back instead of us moving forward? Because we're right there. This was a dream job to happen when they got rid of Sam Hinkie. Everybody wanted this job because of the potential, the assets that we had. And if it's anybody that's going to screw it up, it's Bryan Colangelo. So we could see a deal thrown at him, 6 years, $85, $100 million. Let's hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised if he did this.
God.
And this just goes to show you too. Toronto is there. They're a good team. They have the pieces to win a championship. He just doesn't want to stick it out with the team because they're tired of getting knocked out. Doing great during the regular season and then just a quick exit during the playoffs. So I wish he would just stick it out, play your years.
That team's not beating Cleveland. That team's not beating Cleveland. It's the same thing like Indiana. Like Indiana, it was the same fucking thing. They couldn't beat Cleveland either. It's the same thing.
But you don't just stop playing on your team and go join another team because you can't beat another opponent. It's
that's what they're doing these days.
Sad.
That's what they're doing. It's a 3-team league right now. None of these other teams can even compete with the Cavs. I mean, the Warriors and Cavs are 8-0 in the playoffs for a reason. They're that much better than everybody else.
They are. They're a very good team. But, I mean, that's another – I could say that LeBron's kind of had a cakewalk through the East. But I'm not going to get into that right now.
Well, I know you hate LeBron. So
I do. He's a very talented guy. But let's just say he wouldn't be doing this, I feel like, if he played in the West. You have to admit, what really team has –
You don't think he'd sweep the Blazers and the Jazz? I think they would.
If he played in his career in his entire time, if he was in the West, I don't think he would have the success that he's had in the East, is what I'm going to say.
Well, that's true, but I'd still think he'd get to some finals and win some titles.
Yeah, he would, but I don't. If you look at it, when he's played really good teams, he's 3-4, right? In the final.
Well, those first couple finals, he was still a choke artist. He's not a choke artist anymore, so it is a little different now.
And not to take away, he's the greatest player in the world. I mean, the guy is a phenomenal athlete. He's the best basketball player in the world. But I just feel like he's had it easier being in the East. But I don't want to get off topic.
That's fine. I mean, sure, it's easier in the East, but like I'm not taking away anything that he's done. Like LeBron, I'm not taking away anything that he's done. Like Michael Jordan was in the East too.
Different era.
Are we gonna deprive him because he was in the fucking worst conference too? Like
the East was a lot stronger in the 90s. It wasn't like it is now.
It wasn't like that great though. It wasn't like it wasn't. The West I felt was still better. The West had more depth. The East had more like you had some because you had your New Yorks, you had your Indianas, but after that it wasn't like anything that special. You know, now you have your Torontos, you have fucking Boston. Like these teams aren't that good.
No, not at all. I mean, different era. They had the Detroit Pistons back in the 90s too. The Bad Boys were a really, really good team too. I was thinking more late 90s, like the mid 90s. Yeah, early 90s. You had that. That's when the Pistons were like kind of near the end of their stretch, and then you had Grant Hill come. And then they weren't as good again. They were like a 4 or 5 seed. And look at the big men that he played against, though. Like a lot of Hall of Famers. You know, you had your Patrick Ewings. You had, he played up against the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon. They just played. I feel like they don't play. Well, it's a lot more tough now too. What's that?
It was about physicality back in the 90s. Right. Now it's all small ball.
Right, and I feel like LeBron fits that era. I wish I would have loved to seen him play in that era because he's a physical player. Because look at him, he just dominates everybody. He's a big guy. So I feel like his style of play would have fit perfect in playing in the 90s. But it's not like that anymore. It's more finesse. And he just kind of dominates.
I don't know, man. LeBron's a bitch. I don't know if he'd last. I'm just kidding.
Your words, not mine.
No, he is a bitch. Are you serious? Like, he's the biggest bitch in the NBA.
He complains about everything. He complains about everything.
Like I see you hate LeBron. I try to keep it real. Like I don't hate or despise him. Like I'm just kind of in the middle. I appreciate the talent, but goddamn, he's a fucking bitch.
And that's why I can't stand him because of the stuff he says and the way he complains. Like if you just took it like a man and didn't complain all the time, I would have respect for you. But the stuff that has come out of his mouth, I can't stand him for it.
We'll have to do a LeBron show, like strictly just LeBron show.
Yeah,
that's what we'll have to do. Because we can't really delve into the topic anymore because we got to do this Philly show. So
yeah, no, that's why I didn't want to get off topic. That's why I was like, I just want to put that in there. And
there's not much to talk about Kyle Lowry. Like you basically said the same thing I said yesterday. Like he's 31 years old. He's too old. We have a young nucleus. You want the nucleus to grow together. There's no point in bringing Kyle Lowry in right now. Unless it's 2 to 3 years, unless he's willing to take a hometown discount. Or, well, it's not really a hometown discount, a homecoming discount, I guess. Then okay. Then let's talk. All right? Then you're out of your contract when you're 33, 34. But if you want 5, 6 years, get the fuck out of here.
No, I'm not doing that. And he'd be a great vet presence, too. To help the younger guys come along, but it's not matching up right now on the timelines. They're just not matching up. So it'd be useless and pointless to do. But we got Bryan Colangelo at the helm, baby. So who knows? It's a wild card. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, if they sign Kyle Lowry, then clearly the ownership wants to win right now.
Yeah,
and it's dumb. It's dumb. They want. Then they're clearly showing us that they'd rather win right now and sell seats than win a title.
That's all they're interested in, honestly. Because they had us going with Embiid last year and with Simmons coming back, and we all know they weren't going to come back. So I feel like that's all they're interested in now. And Scott O'Neal, just the whole thing. We just got to clean house, get a new odor in here. Guy just doesn't care about making money like Scott O'Neil. But that's for another topic, another day. And we're right there. We are not that far. Our pieces stay healthy. We got plenty of assets. And I feel like they're going to give Brett Brown the dirty. They're going to hook him out right when they have the chance of winning. They're going to do him dirty and then just get him out of here when we're right there ready to win.
That's going to be another show too. Talk about Brett Brown extensively, because I thought he actually did well as the season went on. Like, he struggled early on the season. His out of play timeouts, or whatever. Fucking, I don't even know what the hell I just said. But his plays out of timeouts were terrible earlier in the season. They got better as the season went along. I thought he handled himself better. Do I really think he's like an NBA coach? Not really, but I did think he got better, and I think he does deserve another year. We'll see what he does next year. Like my thing has always been, all right, let's see what he does with Ben Simmons. Let's see what he does when these guys actually are all on the floor together. Then we can really properly evaluate them. Until then, it's hard. I don't like the situation for me, the Brett Brown thing. It's like the Doug Peterson thing. I don't think he's the answer, but you got to give him an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to. When there's down out there, when these guys are healthy, just let him put his imprint on the team. Let him actually have control when these guys are healthy, instead of letting him play through all these awful seasons, doing what he can to do patchwork. But now that the team's finally going to come together, let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can be an NBA coach, or he's just going to be a long-term assistant.
Yeah. All right, we're going to cut this off now because it's already 7:16. I'll let Tony know that we're done. We'll do our Philly show. We're going to talk about Michael Franco. So we'll get into that. As for this show, we're done. I'm hearing my own echo. This is very annoying. I don't know if you hear it.
No, I don't hear it.
Well, hopefully we finish the next show I do. There's no echo, and we'll be okay. So after, I'll be thank you. Tune in. We'll be talking right now.